Hello guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa if you are new here. Today's video I am going to be sharing with you my kind of like apartment decor tips for you guys. Not just decor but also furniture tips, and these tips are kind of for pre-moving into a new apartment or just moving in general. I went through this process myself, I would say about 2 months ago now, and I definitely have learned some really great tips to share with you guys as well. I've kind of briefly talked about different things throughout when I was looking for different furniture pieces or decor that I was looking for, and I'm still using these tips now today, but I definitely talked about them a little bit on like my Instagram and things like that before moving into my apartment. And here we are today. We were in my new apartment, so if this is the first video that you are stumbling across and you haven't seen any of my other apartment talk videos, I will leave those in the description box below for you to watch, but that's not necessarily something that you need to check into before you watch today's video. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into the tips. I have mainly 4 big tips for you guys to keep in mind before moving into your apartment when you are shopping for furniture and home decor. The first tip that I am going to give you guys is before you move into your apartment, or this can apply to a home as well. So apply these tips to whatever makes sense for you. But the first tip that I have for you guys is to first go onto Pinterest and start looking up different styles for home decor, furniture, not only styles, but different inspiration pictures, and also break it down into like maybe specific rooms throughout your house. So think your living room, your bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, whatever you're planning to do. You could even break it down into like closet organization, pantry organization. There are a ton of pictures on Pinterest, as I'm sure you guys know. Also, my Pinterest is always linked in the description box below if you are interested in checking mine out. But on Pinterest, you're going to be able to find so many different pictures for inspiration. This will also help you before you move into an apartment, because it will kind of, if you don't know already what your sense of style is in apartments or in furniture, decor, whatever it is, if you don't already have a sense of style or you don't know what it is, Pinterest is going to definitely kind of choose that for you. Because, you know, just think about it. If you're going on Pinterest, you're scrolling through different inspiration pictures, obviously the ones that you're pinning are going to be ones that kind of fit your style. So through the pins that you find, you'll definitely find your style that way. That's not to say that you need to have one set style. I have kind of a mixture of boho and mid-century modern vibes in my apartment. I definitely have a pretty equal amount of both. But you can always mix different styles. You don't have to just stay with one. This is your apartment, your home, so however you want to decorate, that's up to you. So Pinterest is a really great place to start, not only at the beginning of your journey for apartment shopping, but also all throughout. Any modifications that you make when you move in, anything else that you need to do throughout, you know, your time of living in your apartment, Pinterest is always going to be a go-to spot for inspiration. So that brings me to my second tip, which also you can use Pinterest for, but it's to kind of pick out a color scheme that you're going with for all of your furniture and decor. That doesn't necessarily mean everything needs to match. I have a studio apartment, for example, so everything in my apartment, aside from the bathroom, which is its own separate room, everything else is open, and you can, in the bedroom behind me, you can see into the living room and vice versa. You can also see into the kitchen, which is over to my right. So for me, I wanted to make sure that, you know, whatever I'm putting in the kitchen is also going to match with my bedroom, and whatever I put in the bedroom is going to match with my living room. I definitely wanted it to be that way. Not that it has to be matchy-matchy, because too much matchy-matchy really, to me, in my opinion, I personally don't love that look. So I just tried to make sure that whatever I was purchasing would match all throughout. And we'll talk a little bit more about that then, and how you can kind of get a sense for, okay, well, Vanessa, like, how do I know what I'm putting in my kitchen will match with what I'm going to put in my bedroom? We'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. But as you start to pin different inspiration pictures for your sense of style on Pinterest, you'll also kind of start to see some sort of color scheme that you are interested in as well. You might even be able to see a pattern in the pictures that you are pinning with a color scheme or with a furniture style. So picking out a color scheme will just allow you to kind of narrow down your options when you're shopping for furniture or home decor, because then you can easily just go to something and be like, that looks really pretty, that would be so beautiful in a space, but it's not going to work for my space because it's not kind of the vibe and color scheme that I'm going with. For example, in my apartment, I have a lot of beige, all different shades of brown, white, and gold. Let's see, that's basically it. Maybe some like muted pinks here and there, but it's very neutral in here. But there's all different sorts of depth with the things that I chose because of the darker tone browns versus some lighter wood browns. You know, it all kind of just goes well together. I also have, to contrast everything, not only just like the dark browns, but I also have black details placed throughout the apartment as well. And I'm still continuing to piece together everything, so it's not 100% done yet. But that's kind of like my whole color scheme. And I just went to Home Goods the other day, saw these really cool, I don't know what you would describe them as, but they're wall hangings, and they had a set of 3, really would fit the vibe of my apartment. However, it was a beige and navy color scheme that they had going on with them, and I just knew that would not look good in my space, nor did I want navy in my space either. So that's just an example to give you guys kind of an idea of what to choose. You could do, you know, completely mismatched colors. You could do whatever you want. This is your apartment, your space. It doesn't have to look, you know, perfect and match what somebody else is doing. Just go with what you like and what colors would bring you the most happiness in your space. Also, going along with that too, and this will kind of tie in with Pinterest as well, you don't have to pick out a style, but maybe that will help you when you're shopping for furniture to type in keywords such as mid-century modern media console, something like that, or mid-century modern bar stools or counter stools. It will just help you narrow down your search a lot faster by being more specific if you know what you're looking for. So for example, like I said, I kind of have a mix of boho mixed with mid-century modern furniture and apartment decor overall in my space. So I would look for, like I just said, mid-century modern media console, and it just brings up endless options for that specific kind of vibe I'm going with. Same with my couch. I got very specific with this one, but I said brown cognac leather mid-century modern couch. And the more specific you are, again, like I said, it will just help narrow down your search so that you don't have to sift through a bunch of different couches or media consoles that you have absolutely no interest in, especially when, you know, some of the couches are more modern and you just aren't into that vibe, or some of the media consoles you'll see are very farmhouse-esque. They have a very farmhouse feel to them. So that's just an example. Again, you don't have to know your style right off the bat, but I think pinning different pictures on Pinterest and going through Pinterest first will allow you to kind of like find your sense of style. But there are so many styles out there. There's mid-century modern, there's modern, there's farmhouse, farmhouse boho, modern farmhouse, Parisian, French, Spanish. Like literally there's so many different keywords that you can search on Pinterest or just on the internet to find something that you're kind of the kind of vibe that you are going for. So I guess this would kind of be like my third tip for you guys, and that is to just start with the basics when you are searching for specific furniture items or apartment decor pieces. What I mean by start with the basics is, you know, I'll give you for instance, before I moved into my apartment, I said to myself, okay, what are the top things that I need when I move in that I would like absolutely need right away or would 100% want right away? Maybe it's not a need, but maybe it's a like high want right away, because of course you don't need anything, but there are things that would just make life easier and more enjoyable when you move in. Also too, I live alone, so there's nobody here to help me with things. I don't have like big handheld tools. Like I don't have a drill, for example, so my parents, they were helping me move in, and I just wanted to make sure that the things that I was getting, that they were also able to help me put together. I wanted a media console. A couch was like one of the necessities for me. I didn't have a bed frame, so that was also a necessity. A box spring, and let's see, what else? Bar stools or counter stools, I got those as well because I don't have a desk in my apartment, and obviously it's just more enjoyable to sit down to eat unless like you are on your floor. But I also, like I said, don't have a desk, so to sit down and do work. Those were kind of the top things that were more necessary in my eyes when moving in, that I wanted to make sure that I got right off the bat. So a good way to kind of, the train has not gone by like once today, and now it does. So how I kind of broke down the basics, again, like I said, just go through and think of what do you absolutely need or really, really want that you don't, that would just make life easier or more enjoyable to move in. Write those things down. What I would highly recommend doing, not only just for the necessities, but as you move along and start to collect different items that you want, open up an Excel spreadsheet or go on Google Sheets. Make different columns for like the brand, the price, the item, the link to that item, and maybe like where that item is gonna go. You could also break down into different sheets on one Excel sheet to kind of break down into different rooms. So that's what I did. I had one Excel sheet that said apartment list, and then on that Excel sheet I had different sheets that broke it down into the living room, the kitchen, the bathroom, the closet, and the bedroom. So then I would go through, and as I was searching online, again, this was in like the height of COVID, so no malls were open, nothing, no home goods. So I was doing all of my searching online, and I would just gather, again, like I said, the name, the link, the price, where I was gonna place the item, and then I'd also kind of have like a little area for a checkbox too, or like I would highlight it if I got the item. Or I also broke down things that I was getting into like the necessities, into like the different weeks that I was buying those things, if that makes sense, to kind of space things out and overall just budget for those items. Hopefully that makes sense. But so like maybe the things that I was purchasing that week, like after I did all the calculations, saw that it fit the budget for that week, then I would highlight those items. Those are like the next big items that I'm going to purchase. So I just recommend having an Excel spreadsheet overall. It doesn't have to be that you get so in depth with it, but as you go along, it's just so easy to collect everything in one spot. Refer to that list whenever you're out and about, and it makes life so much easier. So my last and final tip is one that you guys cannot go without. This has been one that has not only helped myself, but I've given this tip to other friends of mine that are currently moving and that have moved already since I've moved in, and it has been a huge help to them as well. But it is to go to canva.com. I'll have it linked in the description box below. If you are unaware of what it is, it's basically a creative platform to make like different graphics. You can make story templates, Instagram post templates. It's just a big like creative space where you can make different graphics basically. So I have the pro version, which is like around 12 something a month. So the pro version is just worth it for me because I do a lot of content creating and it's just nice to have the pro features. However, you don't have to do this. You go onto Canva, you can just open a simple sheet that's maybe just a standard 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper if you want, or if you do have the pro version and you just happen to know the dimensions of your apartment or this specific space that you're looking to like create. So I did have the dimensions for my apartment, so I just put those in, and you can do that with the pro version to get like a sheet that fits the size that's like down to scale obviously, but fits your apartment. So on the sheet, what I do, and this is also something you're gonna wanna do as you find items that you're purchasing online, or even if you find something in store, but go online, find the picture of the item, and it's just so much easier to do as you purchase the items or find them, to just download the picture then and there. Also, if you are an influencer and you are on the Like to Know It app and you have reward style, it's also just easier because you most likely are going to be posting about those items later down the road, to just save those to the reward style app then and there as well, so you don't have to hunt down those items later on. But back to downloading the items, you're gonna download the picture of the item, then you're gonna go to Canva, you're gonna put the pictures in the Canva template, and then you can kind of play around. Like, so for instance, say I'm doing my living room, I'll go on to Wayfair where I got my couch, I'll take the picture from there, place it into Canva, and then I'll go grab my media console, place it there as well, and then maybe I'm on the hunt for a rug, but I don't know what rug is gonna go well in this space and that's gonna match the media console and the couch. So then I'll just go through, pick my favorite rugs, download the pictures, and then place them into the Canva spreadsheet, and I'll see if it kind of, obviously it's not always gonna look the same online as it does in person, but it just gives you a better idea before you actually move into the space and you can't like physically see something in person together. It just gives you a better idea before purchasing the item of like what goes best with the space. So that was my biggest help. I had posted about that on my stories on Instagram, and so many people had commented asking like what app I used. And even now, I mean, my apartment videos still get a lot of traction, so even now people will ask me like what did I use to do that, and that was the biggest help. And especially with me having a studio, being able to piece everything together before moving in and kind of having an idea of exactly how it was going to look. And I will say that it didn't fall short of what I had expected based off of what I built on Canva. Also with the pro version too, you're gonna see that like if you download a picture of a couch, you're gonna have a background to it. It's not going to be a transparent file. However, if you have the pro version on Canva, you can completely take an image and make it transparent in the background, so that you can place items over each other and there's not like that weird block of white space surrounding the edge of the like couch or whatever the item is. You can just completely take out the background and kind of take that image and make it just completely alone, if that makes sense. Sorry guys, it's kind of hard to explain to you guys, but I will try to insert screenshots or pictures of different things throughout the video so that you guys get a better understanding. I know this is nearing the end of the video and I'm just saying this, but you'll see throughout the video that I will add certain things where I can. But that is the biggest help, and it's my last tip, but it's my #1 tip for you guys because it will help make the buying process so much easier. Also, it will help you gauge kind of like what your space is going to look like, and if you know, things go together, say you're clashing two different styles together, it will just help so much more to have an idea of what it's gonna look like already. Although I don't have another tip for you guys, I'm just gonna quickly rattle off some of the places that I found myself shopping at most for decor. I guess I really don't have much decor yet. I'm still on the hunt for a lot of that because that's kind of the phase of the apartment that I am in. However, I will share with you guys basically, I would say the top places that I found most of my big furniture items and even most of my decor pieces. So I have my list right here. I know this is a very controversial thing right now. However, I'm being honest, and this is where I got a lot of stuff, is Wayfair. Wayfair, I got my couch, I got my TV console, and also what's great about, well, I shouldn't really say that, but what's great about Wayfair is that a lot of people leave reviews on bigger furniture items, and they'll be pretty honest in their reviews. So for instance, if you're getting a couch online, it's just so much nicer to see that a lot of people are commenting saying that the couch is, you know, great quality for the price or something like that. Also, sometimes people will even add a picture in with the review as well, so you can get a better idea of what it looks like in an actual space rather than just being staged in a photo online. And that is where I got my TV console. I got some planters or vases from there. What else did I get? I got some other items too, I believe. I cannot remember though, but those were the two. Oh, I got my frame also from there as well. Another place, this is just overall great for decor, and that's where I've gotten a lot of my decor so far. That includes like throw pillows, throw blankets, vases, little trinkets, things like that, is Home Goods. That's a given, and if you are new to my channel, I absolutely love Home Goods. If you are not new, then you know my obsession. Another place that I absolutely love is Target. It's just very affordable, but they also have really great quality pieces. And all right, we had some technical difficulties there, but we are back in business, and I'm just gonna finish it up quick by saying that Target, yes, has very quality pieces, but they are also affordable, and they're often very trendy as well. So they are up to speed on the trends and are just in an overall great place to shop for different items. I got my two big throw pillows from there, a lot of my stuff in the bedroom, like my nightstands, and I also got my bar stools from there, or counter stools from there as well, and they were like the cheapest ones I could find. Also, they are just really high in quality, so can't go wrong with Target. Everyone knows that. That's just a given in today's society. Another place is At Home, which is just an absolute dream of a place. They have an online store as well. It's not necessarily super affordable, but it's not like extremely high-end either. It's kind of like right in the middle. Like you might find pieces for like super cheap, you might find some more expensive pieces. It's kind of like all around, but they literally have absolutely everything that you could need for home. So if there is a location by you, would recommend. It might be a little dangerous, but also they have an online store as well. Another place is Walmart. Honestly, they do have some quality pieces, especially on their website. You can find a lot more than you can in the store, and they just have some really great home essential staple items. Even they kind of are picking it up a little bit in the home decor area, so you might be able to find some really great things in there as well. Another place that people might pass by, but it's kind of like a hidden gem, is Home Depot. Home Depot has a lot of really great quality pieces, but they're kind of affordable. They're actually pretty affordable from what I've seen. They have a lot of area rugs on there, pretty affordable. Now some things can be more expensive, but it's worth looking at, and trying to find some different things, even like home furniture, whatever it is. They have a lot of different things that you would be surprised. So it's worth checking out. And the last place that I think is worth mentioning is Etsy. I really have discovered what quality things you can find on Etsy. It's also nice just to support a small business as well. But Etsy has a lot of pampas grass, they have a lot of art prints, they have different like vases and things like that. Local artists sell well, I guess they're not necessarily always going to be local, but they sell everything on there. So it's certainly worth looking into for different items that you're looking for, especially like art pieces and little decor things. Maybe not so much like bigger items like a couch or a TV console or things like that, but little items you can definitely find on Etsy for even a cheaper price than you might find in store, because in stores they will rack up the price, whereas Etsy will sell, or well, I guess it's the artist or retailer will sell them at a cheaper price because it's coming straight from them. But those are all of my tips for you guys, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. A lot of people have requested I do something a little bit like this and talk more kind of like one-on-one about tips and about just like the apartment life overall. So I hope that this helped you guys out. If it did, make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought was most helpful, or what tip you found to be new or was most helpful to you. If you did enjoy this video though, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you aren't subscribed already, I would truly appreciate if you guys subscribe. That means the world to me when like even one person subscribes. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye guys.